I think I'm live. I'm not sure. This is my first time. Hello, friends, and welcome to the Hanged Man in the Moon. If this is your first time here, welcome. Thank you for coming. I'm pleased to meet you. If you've been here before, thank you for returning. I'm truly honored. Friends, I'm not really expecting anyone to show up here to the live. This is, like I said, my first time. It's an experiment. And I didn't set up any notifications. I just jumped right on. So I've got a little plan of what I was hoping to do. This is probably going to be very brief. Believe it or not, I'm not all that long-winded when I don't have a whole structure planned out in advance. So let's see where this takes us. And let's see if anybody pops on. Um, First, let me start off with an introduction, just in case you don't know who I am. My name is Derek John Thomas. I am from the United States. I was born in Chicago. I grew up in Northern California. And I currently live in South Korea. And when I say currently, I mean for the last 20 some odd years. I've been living here for a long time and working here for a long time. But my nationality is United Stateser. And I've been interested in tarot since I was a wee teenager. And I saw my first deck from a friend in probably actually elementary school. Saw a deck, got intrigued, and eventually around the time of high school, I decided to buy my own deck. I started off with a deck called the Solabusca, which is way out of print. I still have it, and I couldn't read with it. I couldn't figure it out. It's a pretty harsh deck, yeah. So then I went back and I got a Rider-Waite-Smith deck, even though I was still having those odd feelings of trepidation about, am I supposed to be able to buy my own deck? Do I have to wait for somebody to give me a deck? How am I going to keep the deck? Remember maybe you don't remember, but there were those whole things about you have to wrap it in silk, you have to put it in a wooden box. There are all of those rituals that were expected for having and using tarot. But I got my own deck and I tried to learn it and I had a hard time. I was just going off of the little white book and it didn't make sense to me, but still I tried and I tried and I tried. And I continued trying off and on throughout my life. There were times when I picked the decks back up and I set them back down. I attempted with a Thoth deck, a Harris Crowley deck, for a while, and I put that one down, and that one's actually gotten lost over the years. I'm not sure where that went. And so I've been reading, I can say I've been reading tarot for over 45 years, maybe 50 years now. But it wasn't until really 2019 when it really clicked into place, if that makes sense to you. And that was right around the time when I decided maybe I would like to hop on and try doing this thing publicly. And so I started the channel. The systems that I am most comfortable with have grown. Yes, I was, and I'm proud to say that I am an RWS baby. Yes, I was born and initiated into the Smith-Waite tradition, into the Smith-Waite system. I grew into Tarot de Marseille fairly quickly, and then I expanded into Thoth. But before I really got my footing with Thoth, I actually got interested in and began exploring what is called the continental tarots. Yes, the tarots that are non-English based, pre-Golden Dawn traditions that are separate from and different from the Tarot de Marseille. The Egyptian tarots, Papus, Eliphas Levi, Etea, those kinds of people. Yes? So I'm working to develop myself into a multi-system reader. I've explored Lenormand, and enjoy reading with that. I've explored playing cards and enjoy reading with them as well. But again, I'm really a Smith-Waite baby. And in my journey, I also discovered that my grandmother read playing cards in the early Depression age. So maybe there was some transmission there too. She put them down. I've discussed this on a different video, but she put them down because she scared herself reading something that came true that was very dark. And so she said, I'm not going to read anymore. But strangely, she still had a couple of decks tucked away in her apartment until the day she died. So take that for what it is. Okay, so friends, next on the agenda is my series. Yes, I've done a series, and maybe you've seen it, maybe you haven't, which I entitled Walking the Lines of Origins to Deeper Strata, with the subtitle of Peeling Back the Symbolic Palimpsest, in which I have explored rediscovering for myself esoteric associations to the Tarot. And when I say esoteric associations, I'm primarily focusing on the Kabbalah and astrology. Yes? Now, I'd already wetted my feet with the continental tarots in this area. And pretty much I am following the guidance of creators and teachers of the continental tarots. I'm standing on the shoulders of giants. I am not making up anything on my own, nor do I believe I have the authority nor the creativity to be able to do this all on my own. However, there were some things about the other systems that the other people I learned, no, not the people, not the systems. There were some things from the things that I've learned that did not land fully for me, even though I worked with them for a couple of years. And so I've worked on trying to iron those things out for myself. Yes, and maybe you've seen the whole series. If you have seen the whole series, thank you very much. I am truly, deeply grateful. If you have not, go check it out if you're interested in it. I've gone through all of the cards. I've gone through the major arcana and the minor arcana, and finally the court cards. So now I'm wondering what to do next. Yes, I'm curious to know what you would like to see me do with this series that I've gone quite a ways with, but I don't think it's complete. I'm thinking of doing some reading with spreads videos. I'm thinking of maybe exploring using the system with a couple of different decks, but I'm not quite sure. And I'd like to know what you think. What would you like to see me do? I do have one deck lined up that I'm thinking of using first. It's called the Renaissance Tarot by Jake Batterley. No, is it Jake Batterley? Anyways, I will try to add that information in the description box below, but I'm not wedded to using that tarot next if you've got a better idea. So I welcome and long for your ideas and responses and interaction. Speaking of those things, if you do feel the desire to hit the thumbs up button, subscribing, all of those things are deeply, deeply welcomed. If you're watching this in a playback later, doing those things and also leaving a comment about what you have seen, ideas about what to do with that series would be also very, very greatly appreciated. I'm also here. Well, one more thing I thought, just in case you're curious. Are you curious? What do I have on my table here at work? This is my office at the university that I work for. And the deck that lives here on my reading, well, that's not my reading table, this is just my office desk, is the black tarot, the R Black tarot. That's it. Yes. And the copy I have has, it's a small deck. Yes. This is the back of the cards. Yes. Nothing to write home about, but it's a beautifully drawn deck by Rich Black. And here is, for example, this is card number 7, the Chariot. Yes. Here is the Emperor. You've got a big ram there for Aries and the planet Mars. Yes, it's a lovely. This is a lovely, symbolically rich deck, and it reads very well for me. What do I have up here? This is the. I'm reading this backwards. The Three of Cups. You can see the watery color behind the 3 ladies there. It's like I said, it's just a fabulous deck. It is square. It has sharp edges, so you have to be careful shuffling it. Don't poke yourself, but it's a lovely deck. And not easy to attain, but I do have a copy of it here on my office table, and there we are. Full disclosure. In my university purse, I have a purse that I carry around from my office to classes that has a spare set of keys, my PowerPoint, USBs, etc. I have the universal weight in there. So I've got tarot all around me. And you've seen probably my background and my usual videos are filmed from this office, but from a different angle. So you've seen my shelves of decks here in my office as well. Okay, so last, my offer. I would like some people who would like to volunteer to be guinea pigs with this series of new associations for me with tarot. So I'm offering free short readings, 3 card readings, if you're interested. That can happen in several formats. We could do it live on video if we can match times. I'm in South Korea, so matching times could be very challenging. But if you're open, I'm open. I could do a video. You send me a question. I could do a spread, and I could send you a private video on that, or I could do an email with a photo. Yes. So many options available, and that's the offer. How do you take advantage of this offer? This offer is available until March 3rd, 2026. Because that's when I start classes, and so my time for reading for free will be limited at that point. But if you're interested, my email address is here in the description box. And yeah, I think we're ready to call it a day. Thank you for joining me here. Thank you for watching on playback. And now, as always, I wish you love, joy, well-being, and pure awareness. Thank you.